And welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be WCA Korea versus China here. On the map Turtle Rock, we are going to have another Night Elf versus Undead matchup, featuring the same Undead player, but a different Night Elf this time around. It is going to be 120 or Tara, spawning in as the red Undead player in the bottom right. And he will be facing off against Czech, or Czechpu, whichever way you identify him. He'll be spawning in as the blue Night Elf in the top left. So yeah, Turtle Rock, it is going to be a cross spawn, not particularly a mirrored cross spawn. I think mirrored cross spawn is if Czech was here rather than here, but either way it is a cross spawn nonetheless. And yeah, I am curious to see if we're going to have a ghoul opening from 120 or not. I think 9 times out of 10 we do see ghoul openings against the Night Elf matchup, so that might just be what is going to happen. We shall see as the Tour of Relics is underway. It could be a TED opening, but it doesn't look like it. Ghoul Scout, so this is going to be a ghoul opening here for our Undead player. He is going to scout the close spawn just in case. Remember, this is not on the W3 arena, this is on the NetEase client, so yeah, close spawns are indeed possible. Anyway, Ancient War Creeping will be underway for Czech. He was going to go for a Demon Hunter first, as his first hero. I don't know where I was leading with that, but yeah, last series, if you haven't watched, I guess it's not really a series since it's one game, but the 120 versus Remind game was refreshing to see the Warden again. It's been a while since I've seen the Warden on the channel at least. Even though the game is basically like a month or two old. I should probably stop with the WCA and maybe go into some other leagues more recent. Yeah, that just shows how slow I am in this particular job. Anyway, Ghoul has spotted the location of his opponent finally, and well, he won't get much done with Demon Hunter and the Ancient of War there. The potential of just getting killed off is maybe a little too high. Death Knight is moving around. He does have the skeleton stick just in case, and he is going to utilize these freshly procured corpses there. I was just trying to find the verb for those corpses, but yeah, I guess make corpses not really doesn't really sound too convincing. Anyway, tier 2 for both players.
Players' forces are under attack.
Nothing much else to say, honestly. I don't know if the DK picked up the Death Coil or not. We don't have the Unholy Aura, so it is definitely a lot. It's a lot more of a guess nowadays. I think it's just he's sticking to his skill point. If he had Death Coil, he probably would have used it to save that skeleton rather than actually just deny it. So yeah, he's probably just holding on to that. I mean, God knows if he has Death Pact or not. I highly doubt it. But yeah, still not seeing the Death Coil just yet means that he's just hanging on to it. He might not get too much done. The ghouls were thinking about moving. Are they gonna move? They are gonna move. Okay, I don't know why they second guess themselves. They're actually gonna move to a camp rather than help out. So Unholy Aura is going to be learned up there, but rather weird timing on that. He could have definitely picked up a couple of wisps there if he chose Death Coil first, but holding on to that point, it was a little weird, especially since he got level 2 now. So the opportunities that he could have utilized previously is now to waste, but he is getting a couple of good creep jacks as well as kills on those archers there with his Death Coil, so I guess that's making up for it somewhat. I'm pretty sure he did get that Ogre Warrior kill there, as the Demon Hunter is pitifully low on that experience. So yeah, the item is the Gloves of Haste, so at least he did pick that one up for himself. At least it wasn't too bad as, like, I don't know, ring protection or whatever, mental intelligence. But yeah, Glazoface, not too great. At the same time, just gotta remember that Death Coil could be a possibility here, but it will not be used, in fact, to just kill off that archer. Maybe she had too much health, or maybe just doesn't want to waste too much mana. It's a little bit of a conundrum against the Demon Hunter, since he should have mana burn, but we have yet to see it coming in from the Demon Hunter there. Very close to level 2, but just not there yet. He will get it with this ghoul kill until he gets denied with that death coil, so nicely done by 120 to deny that kill there, but the Naga Witch might give that level 2 to the Demon Hunter. We shall see. The Naga Witch should be given over the TP scroll just in case if any disasters happen, but yeah, the level 2 on the Demon Hunter. He is gonna most likely train up evasion. I have no idea if he still has mana burn or not. He should have used it by now, but I think he's gonna use it now, but it's rather too late since Death Knight's pretty much out of mana already. A little bit of weird usage from Check on that Demon Hunter there. Some people tend to point out that players don't usually like spamming mana burn to make sure the Moonwell don't get wasted in replenishing that mana, but it's just you're gonna lose the game if you don't use it properly. And burning 13 points on that Death Knight might not have been the best first mana burn there. The Naga Witch could have been a better target, at least in my opinion. Item is going to be the Cloak of Shadows, so not particularly useful for the Naga Witch either. So plus it's going daytime anyway, so it's not going to be used for quite some time, so it's most likely going to be sold instead. Gargantuan Sea Turtle will get taken out, and the item is going to be the Wand of Mana Stealing. Not incredibly useful on that Demon Hunter, especially since he already has his own form of mana burn. But yeah, Cloak of Shadows is actually going to be utilized to save that Naga Witch. I stand corrected, but it is very close to daytime anyway, so this Naga Witch is just going to kill herself. A little curious timing on choosing when to kill yourself, Naga Witch. Probably should have channeled the TV scroll before revealing yourself, but might have been a misclick in the end. Tier 3 is nearly done for 120. His slaughterhouse is popping out those obsidian statues, and yeah, we should be seeing probably the Lich as the third hero. It's probably not going to be a Dark Ranger. I don't think we've seen Dark Ranger Naga Witch at all, at least recently, so yeah, maybe I just can't remember or not, but I think that's the way it goes. The Dark Ranger doesn't really bring all that much burst. There's not really anything to silence your opponent's side, so it's most likely going to be the Lich. The problem is the Demon Hunter is still pretty good, even if he is frost armored and all that, so yeah, a bit of a problem for 120. He did look good in the early game, albeit it was only slightly, but still. I didn't like what happened with the Naga Witch, just particularly. Yeah, it might have been a mistake, but again, mistakes will matter. Tome experience will be picked up there for the Naga Witch on Check's side. And the first bears are out. Tier 3 is done for both players, so they should be getting underway with their Tier 3 armies. As you can see here, Masters Training is nearly done, and you saw Destroyer form is underway as well. And we're popping out more bears. We should be seeing at least a staff reservation, at least one on the side of the Night Elf. We do, and it is on the Naga Witch. Also, the Demon Hunter picked up the Orb of Venom, just in case to counteract those destroyers, because there are not nearly enough Dryads to deal with at least 2 destroyers there, so yeah, a bit of a problem. The Demon Hunter will have to pull his weight, but it just all depends on how 120 plays from now on, because he did not play very well in that previous encounter. Anyway, triple heroes here for the undead player. Clover's attack is on that Naga Witch, and she did choose to get that Cloak of Shadows. Maybe she wants to redeem herself in that she can use it properly, I guess. But yeah, it's still a little whiles away from nighttime. Alright, first destroyer is in the air. It's a little risky absorbing the mana off that mana obsidian statue, but it is going to devour. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, where is it? Where is it? Yikes, there it is. I clicked out of the window. I don't think I've ever done that before, but yeah, it is going to devour the buffs, the rejuvenations, and the roars from those bears. Yeah, that was a little awkward, but oh well. At least it paused rather than show my desktop. Watch Award will spot. Actually, that's Check's Watch Award. That is surprising. Shade is around, and will it do much? I don't know. It should be a little careful around here since it can be spotted by that Watch Award. But yeah, when did Check get that? I thought that was cleared out by 120, but apparently I can't remember. Oh, does the Watch Award not actually have True Sight? That is weird. Wait, really? That is really weird. I thought that it did have True Sight. I want to see this. What? He can totally see it. How come he didn't go after it? That's weird. I'm pretty sure I had True Sight because it spots Blade Masters in Windwalk. I guess he just is more fixated on killing the Lich as he is doing right now. Deathcore should be tossing over there and healing him back to full health. We did see a bit of a Forked Lightning doing, I guess, absolutely no damage whatsoever, but yeah, the main thing is the 120 should not be fighting this whatsoever because all his heroes are out of mana, the Destroyer's out of mana, and well, there's only one statue for 120. This is not a good sign. I don't know about that Roar though, because that's just going to give free mana over to the Destroyer there. Sure, it might be a bit of a temporary attack bonus, but the Destroyer, why is the Destroyer not devouring that? Is it on cooldown? Now it's going to devour, but it only devoured one buff. I guess that's one way to counteract Destroyer, is just spread your buffs around so it doesn't get a good devour magic, but okay, that was a little weird. Still needs to fix this mana problem here. The Death Knight does upgrade a healing mana potion, but that's not going to be enough. Expansion attempt here on the left side will be spotted by those frenzied ghouls. Will it be completely cancelled? Probably. The Ancient of War is just not enough damage to deal with 3 frenzied ghouls there. Scroll of the Beast for the Lich has been picked up, and I guess that will be useful for those Crypt Fiends. We have we have a second shooting statue finally. Is that over upkeep? That is indeed over upkeep. Both players have gone over, with Check having a slight advantage, but 120 just completely took over that lead, I guess. Is there Frost Worms? There are indeed Frost Worms. That's why he jumped so high up. The Shades probably just gave it away, but yeah, Frost Worms are eventually going to be in the battlefield here. Good number of Dryads, good number of Bears. This is I would say pretty rounded Night Elf comp, but yeah, that is just excluding the Ancient of Wind units there, so should probably see a couple of Hippogriffs as well to counteract the Frostworm. I think the Shade did get taken out. I did hear its cry a little while ago, so this Watch Award, which has been claimed by Check, so that it's very useful having both of those wards, and in a pretty good spot as well. I mean, this placement is pretty much the best placement you can get. This one's alright, definitely could have been placed a little on the right side there, but who am I complaining about? The item that the Ogre Lord dropped was the plus 12 Claws of Attack, and the expansion, oh, it hasn't been cancelled by those ghouls. It is actually going to be under siege. But here comes Check. Probably should not bring your Dryads in the front lines. No, no, no. That's what the Bears and the Ancient of War is for. But yeah, try and focus down the Frostworms and the Destroyers there before they do incredible amount of damage. Frostworms focusing on the Demon Hunter probably should go after those Bears just as the Destroyers are. A-Bomb is going to be added to the mix here to just tank a little bit in the front line. We did actually have 2 Frostworms there, but the first one got bursted down so quickly. The Demon Hunter is just constantly keeping check of that the Death Knight. He is still holding on to that Greater Mana Potion just in case he wants to get a quick heal down. But will he use it before the Frost Worm dies? I don't know. The Destroyer is definitely going to fall, and the Death Coil is going to be used onto the Frost Worm. So Roar is going to be used, or at least the Scroll of the Beast there. Another Death Coil to heal up the Frost Worm, but he is being harassed by that Hippogriff, and that is going to be a Frost Worm down. It seems like 120 is going to be on the retreat, and it's just disastrous here. I mean, this is exactly the way to counteract Mass Destroyers and Frost Worms, just a boatload of Dryads, and I guess you can add in a couple of Hippogriffs as well. I mean, you don't need to overload your army with, you know, insane amount of bears. You just need like a strong Demon Hunter to deal with the front line, and it's all goods. Dryads, sure, they might get completely demolished by Crypt Fiends, but especially in 120's case where he didn't particularly mass them compared to, I guess, his Frost Worms and Destroyers, it's just the Crypt Fiends are just irrelevant. But yes, apparently it's 120 that's chasing or turning around now. Naga Witch could be in a bit of trouble here. Staff Reservation is going to be used onto the Naga Witch, and we have another Destroyer in the air. Crypt Fiends are going to unburrow themselves as they are fully healed up. And here we go with this second fight. Death Knight is still out of mana. He does have the healing scroll just in case. Invuln is going to be popped on that Demon Hunter, and that is going to force the undead player to retreat. I actually didn't notice his Django of Endurance on this lich, but yeah, he did burn that 15-second Invuln potion. He's gonna have to stock up again. Django of Endurance probably picked up from the top right Ogre camp. Yeah, that is most likely the case. Level 3 on the lich, so that is going to be a level 2 Frost Nova there. And this Troll Warlord camp is next on the chopping block for the undead player. And this should be a fairly good item. Sobi Mask is a fairly good item indeed. That is going to help pretty much any of these undead heroes here. Definitely should be kept onto that Death Knight, but that does mean a lot more mana being burnt on his side as well. Man's Intelligence, wow, he's just getting all the lucky drops right now. Alright, it's a little risky having your Lich below half health engaging in a fight there, but you can see how much damage the Frost Worm does on just a bear after a single attack. And we have 2 Frost Worms as well. +1 attack upgrades on those Crypt Fiends and Frost Worms, +1 attack upgrades on those bears, Dryads, and Hippogriffs. Oh, there we go. Just a tad bit of damage there from the Crypt Fiend to finish off that bear. And a single Hippogriff is not going to do much, but a second one does join the fray. This Crypt Fiend is indeed burrowed, so it did give a slight bit of vision. Population, where is it? There it is. 60 versus 70 here, so Czech is still in the lead by 10. But it all depends on how well you play this. Web is going to be used to just, I guess, deny a couple of those Hippogriffs there. We do hear a couple of Dryads falling. This is a little bad for Czech. His Dryad count is not as large as it used to be, and this might be a bit of a problem. Demon Hunter should probably... oh, he missed out on a free kill on the Crypt Fiend, which is pretty feels bad, but oh well, the Lich is the next target, but the Invuln Potion just got worn off by the Death Knight. Frostworm is gonna fall by good focus fire from those Dryads, but yeah, with the Demon Hunter out, it is gonna take a while before the Night Elf player kind of regains control again. Bear is still chasing someone, I guess, but yeah, it was going to chase the Lich, but the Death Coil is going to deny that from actually ever happening. The last Frostworm does get taken down on the undead side, and that is going to be a pretty weird fight. The Demon Hunter didn't actually return to the fight as quickly as I would have thought he would. I don't think he actually moved at all, so that might have been a problem there. He definitely should get himself a TP staff if he's going to use that preservation staff, you know, a lot more regularly. But yeah, other than that, it was a rather even fight. Both players did lose quite a bit. I think Czech lost a lot of his bears, meanwhile 120 did lose a lot of his Frost Worms, but with these borrowed Crypt Fiends, maybe they might be able to do something. Demon Hunter is getting focused down quite a bit. Burrow's probably not the best option here for 120 because the dust is still on those units. Should be wearing out very soon, but yeah, surprisingly enough, 120 did hold his own against that fight. That was a lot more surprising than I imagined, because that was not a good position in my opinion, because he was surrounded, he was in enemy territory, and he absolutely had no Frost Rims to actually deal with those bears, but it still happened, I guess. Another dust is going to be used to reveal the borrowed Crypt Fiend there. It doesn't actually do much because he is not targeting that particular Crypt Fiend. Demon Hunter is being rejuvenated by the Druid of Claw and will not be devoured by the Destroyer, so that is going to be a full heal on that Demon Hunter. Level 5 on the Demon Hunter, that is going to be level 3 mana burn, but more importantly, those important stats that the Demon Hunter will able to get, so he will be a monster, I assume. He's just getting focused down a lot faster than he should. A little careful there. Dryads, you can see tunnel visioning on that Frost Worm, but to alas, it's not actually leading into a kill. Hippogriffs definitely need to come back to this army comp, but it's just not happening, and this is a bit problematic. I'm surprised that the Nagase, which is also level 5 on check side as well. It doesn't seem like it with the health, but that is going to happen. And this expand is going to fall soon, I guess. I mean, with no Frost Worms, they don't exactly do too much damage. Bears are chasing that Death Knight. Oh, very close there. Try not to kill yourself. Okay, he didn't do it just yet. Unholy remove speed, probably too fast for those slow bears. And yeah, Invuln Potion, Scroll of Healing just in case. I mean, Czech is now in a losing position. He lost his expansion, which kind of made things even, but now that he lost that, it's a bit troublesome. The Demon Hunter is just not being as impactful as I would have expected a level 5 Demon Hunter to do. Fort Lightning trying to finish off that Demon Hunter, the Death Knight there, but it's just slightly off, and that did give enough time for the Death Knight to activate that Scroll of Healing. Demon Hunter just can't finish off the Death Knight. He has no mana to burn. He's constantly getting slowed by the Lich. It's a really difficult upward battle for this Night Elf player here. Goldmine has collapsed. Nature's Blessing is going to be finished very soon, so that will lead to the Tree of Eternity to basically move wherever he wants a lot faster. That also means 120 is out of gold, so yeah, Czech could actually win by War of Attrition. He just needs to last out. Of course, this is all assuming that 120 doesn't go for an expansion. Undead players will most likely just unsummon a lot of buildings and try and go for an all-in army comp, but I don't know, it's a little risky here because all-ins they're not guaranteed to work, and especially losing units by just random picks is not going to help that all-in cause. Level 5 Nagase, which on the undead side is going to be bursted down a lot, but an Invuln Potion will be transferred up from the Death Knight, but that means the Death Knight has no Invuln Potion, so that is going to be a death on the Death Knight at level 4. Frostworm gets trained up once again, finally giving out a Ice Breath. It canceled it so many times, but that is going to be a Demon Hunter being taken down level 5. I don't know what happened there. That might have been a little oopsie from the Night Elf side, but he is still pressing on. It seems like he is confident enough to actually finish the game off. Who knows? We'll see. Level 5 on the Lich, that is... I mean, I guess it'll make a bit of effort there. Level 5 on the... pretty much every hero except the Death Knight that just got killed off. Level 6 on the Nagase Witch for Czech. Probably not going to expend that mana on Tornado. It's probably just going to be level 3 Ice Arrows there, but we'll see. Another very devastating Fort Lightning to do a ton of damage on those two heroes there, but Nova Fork Lightning is going to be used to to burst down that Nagasiwa. She sold her items. She was going for the invuln. She did buy it, but she did also botch it there. She could have definitely survived a little bit longer, but just wasn't fast enough on the fingers, and that is going to be GG on the Night Elf side, so that is going to be a win on 120. It was a lot closer than I would have imagined. I don't think the game was over if the Nagasi Witch got that invuln off. I think it was just delayed her death a little bit. But yeah, losing that Demon Hunter probably was the biggest mistake of that last fight. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys again next time. Take care.